Let's taste it. It looks like a fish. Ohayou gozaimasu. Marcus is cycling across Japan. Today I'm going to cycle to the Kitakyushu. It means the northern Kyushu, but it's actually a town or city. A bit over 50 kilometer ride, 55, something like that. Before that, let's go to see how looks the Nakatsu Castle. About a 5 kilometer ride, but perhaps before that I need to stop somewhere to get something to eat. It's around 3 degrees or 4 degrees now. It's quite cold. Before the castle, I think that I need to find a 7-Eleven or other convenience store for breakfast. It's 7:56 in the morning, so I'm leaving a bit early again. My hope was that if the light would be better near the castle in the morning, I could get better photos from there. Actually, I have no clue how the castle looks like, but normally they are quite cool from the outside. From the inside, they are either modernized for museums, or if they are in so-called ordinary conditions, they are pretty empty. It's more like a lot of stairs and floors. But if you want to see how those look from inside, check my older videos. We went to the Nakatsu Castle and it's really cool. But from the inside it was, I think, a bit boring. Yeah, it's cool but boring at the same time. This is the fourth prefecture where I have been. I was also in Oita prefecture yesterday. I just forgot to mention it. It's amazing how many people are driving in this time of the morning. It's not even 8 o'clock in a Sunday morning and people are driving around. Nakatsu feels like a nice city. It's not so packed like the many other cities. I'm pretty close to the city center, just 2 kilometers, and these are mostly private houses. I don't know how many people are living here, but the roads are wide and here is a nice bike lines, and that whole bike road which I did yesterday, it belongs to the Nakatsu city. Clearly they have put some effort for cycling. And I really can recommend this. This is very nice. Okay, look at this. This is how you should do it. Now I'm arriving to the city center. Here are some taller buildings. There would have been also hotels here in the city, but I wanted to stay in those containers because everything works there. And I know how it works. I needed to do some laundry and I wanted to sleep in a good bed. They have very good pillows there. Everything works there. I like it. It's for me. Maybe not for everybody, but it works very well for me. Yeah, in this one there was no place to sit. I decided to eat my breakfast in a outside world. I took a karaage, which is fried chicken. And then I took onigiri, salmon onigiri, and a chocolate cookie. This chicken and cookie, they are warm. The one with chili is better than this one. Breakfast is done. It tastes good and I'm not hungry anymore. That's a good combination. And it cost about €5 with the drink. Barba Baba was my favorite when I was a kid. Those shapes, they could go to the any form they wanted. I really love them, and I wanted to be a barbapapa. But it's funny that they are still known here in Japan. I think that it's a French. There is a castle. It's not a huge one, but it's a castle. And a very big torii gate before the castle. From here you can see it much better. I'll try to find a better angle, maybe from the park or from the bridge. Yes, you can go around from here. Let's go see. That water on the river is really clean, or at least clear. It has been a little bit smaller castle than what Himenji Castle is, but it's nice. It's nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful looking castle. Ohayou gozaimasu. An annoying tourist who says hello for everyone. And because they are polite, they answer. This looks somehow fun. Let's see if I get any photos out of it. This is a very typical Japanese small town view, I would say. There is a river, very shallow river in the middle, and then there are 1 or 2 store buildings as far as you can see. Today I'm going to travel mostly to the west, and this will be my last full day in Kyushu. Tomorrow I will continue to the Honshu side. I'm not exactly sure yet if I'm going to take a ferry or there is also a tunnel, and most likely would like to take a ferry, not go to the tunnel under the sea, because it most likely goes very deep and it's much harder to ride than the bridge. Surprising, I found a road in a city where is no bike line. That's not common. Not common at all. Let's hope that it gets better. I was supposed to turn to the left from here, but the road is closed. All right. Yes, it is, but maybe with a bicycle. Ah, yes, here is a bike line. I will take the bike line. Yeah. Okay, it's a brand new. That's the reason. Yeah. And they have closed the bike line from this end because there in the other end there is no bike line because of the construction. But it's not totally closed. Can go from here. Yeah. Amazing how big fish are living in such shallow waters, but I think that they eat something from the bottom. It's getting warm, yeah. The sun is doing what it should do. Today is going to be mostly quite flat. The maximum elevation will be 40 meters today. It will be an easy ride. Still 47 kilometers, but when it's flat, it's almost like nothing. And I have a lot of time to reach my goal. Ohayou! She has something to say for me. Oh, beautiful cat. Okay, don't go to the road. It was somebody's cat. It had a collar on his neck. In Finland, we use a lot of word it, se in Finnish. If we talk about animals or even people, It depends in which part of the country where you are, but where I live, it's normally it. It's not he or she. We don't have he or she. It's han for both females and males, but what we normally use is se, which means it. It's much more easier. You can speak about anybody or anything, and it's always it. But if you hear me using it in a not a proper connections, it's because of my own language and area where I live. So we are using a lot of it. Now it looks like my bike trail goes a little bit worse. Let's see if I want to go to the road. Let's continue for a moment over here. Yeah, I think that in the old time all of this has been rice field, but when the population have been increased it and then they have built it on it, it have been most likely very easy to build on the rice field. I have been seen a lot of videos in the internet how people say that how silent the Japan is and how they don't use the horns. I think that it must be something like where you compare it. Maybe in other parts of Asia and Africa and so on, and Southern Europe, people are using horn a lot. But when I'm come from Finland, I have a feeling that I have heard the car horn much often over here than in Finland. I can't even remember when I have heard a beep in Finland. Of course, sometimes it happens, but I have noticed that at least here in Kyushu, they use the horn quite easily. If somebody is not moving, there comes a beep, but not for cyclists. Not for cyclists. For me, nothing. They just wait and look what I'm going to do. But for the other cars, they seem to mark that you need to do something. I said it in the last video, but I say it again now. Oh, there is a Shiba. That was not a thing that I was saying, but there is a Shiba on the other side of the road. Yeah, but the bike road system here in Kyushu, this is very good. It has been very good because I have been riding in Osaka up to the Shikoku around the inland sea and back then to the Himeji and Kobe and so on. It was not this good. It was not this good. This is huge amount of better. Much better than there. It was okay there, but this has been pretty fantastic. Yeah, this is very nice looking town again. Look at those parking spots. If I put my car there, it definitely would not fit there. And I don't have a big car. If you're from USA, your cars would take the whole space up there. I love to ride on these small neighborhoods. Look at the buildings and how are the yards, and quite often people are doing something in their garden if they have a garden. Sunday seems to be a day when they clean their cars or wash their cars and polish their cars. I have seen also in this morning people fixing their cars on their yard. That store, that pink one over there, Cosmos, it's almost like Tokmanni in Finland. It's a cheap. They're selling everything. When I was in Nakatsu, I went to one of those and they were selling C cassettes, recordable CDs and recordable DVDs, and it's 2026. That's something how conservative people over here are. If they have learned to use something, they use it and don't change it. And that on the right side is Koban. Koban is a police station, very small police station. When you are riding in a city, every once in a while there is a Koban. If you find something, like when I and Vesa were in
Imabari.
Vesa found a wallet and then we decided to return the wallet to the Koban. Just when I was praising the bike license, it had been really bad one for maybe 5 kilometers. I have not been filming. Now it got better. Like over here, but a little bit more narrow and very bumpy. It took quite a long time for cycling on that. I somehow was hoping that it's getting better because it's Kyushu. I guess that this place is Chikuyo. It must be. But let's see from the map what kind of, is it a town or is it something else? Chikuyo doesn't look for me like a place where I would like to spend a week for a holiday. Maybe a nice place to live, but doesn't look like a holiday destination. But anyway, let's continue. But there is a very good bike line on the side of the city hall, or town office actually. But it was just on the side of the town hall. Now it's getting more narrow. But there was brand new asphalt there. They were invested. Shikoju has not put money to the cycling roads. These are not good. Now it looks like that my road gets better. There are not so many cars. There was 5 or 7 kilometers which was quite terrible, very noisy. But now I'm again in a countryside, or at least in a nature. Now I find a nice little road on the side of the main road. Unluckily this is not very long one, but it was very beautiful. And there is the main road on the right side. Yeah, it got a lot better now. Not much to see, but at least here is no car. And back to the national highway. Constant noise of cars. I got so used to the silence what was in the mountains. The amount of rivers what are here it's amazing. In Finland in the school we learn all the big rivers in the country. And when I compare those rivers to these rivers, here are quite a lot much bigger rivers, and there's a lot of them. So I'm wondering if the Japanese school children have to learn all the big rivers of the country, and what is the limit, what is the big river. Okay, there is the McDonald's. I'll go there. Quite a lot of bikes now here. Yes, that made the life better again. The McDonald's is same in everywhere, but I think that the Japanese McDonald's is maybe a slight better than the other ones. At least the burger, that actually was really crispy and very, very nice. But the thing what doesn't happen in other countries is that when I was finished my eating and I was still drinking my Coke, the waitress came and asked that could she take my trash and I didn't need to put my trash away by myself. Now there is 20 kilometers left and I have 3 hours for checking, so let's see if I see something on the way or is there something in a city to see. There is a sushi roll, so that there would have been a possibility to eat sushi, but I think that McDonald's was now good for me. I got a feeling I need something from home, but there is no McDonald's in my home, not even in a close by. Almost 200 kilometers is the closest McDonald's. But when I was eating there, I was reading the internet at the same time, practically the threads, and I found out about the cycling laws in Japan. They are changing in the beginning of April. I've been wondering why the cyclists, they are riding on sidewalks and where is no sign for the bikes. But it has actually have been legal, but it will not be legal from the beginning of April. From the beginning of April, you have to ride on the road if there is no sign for bikes. So for example, over here, this is legal now, not legal after 1 month or 3 weeks. Now I'm arriving to Kitakyushu city, and I'm pretty proud that I can read that kanji already. When you look the road signs, you start to understand which mark is meaning what. There is a city, I guess. At least looks like that there's a lot of buildings. And look at all those wires going up there. They don't put them in the ground because of the earthquakes. If you're a photographer and you want to take a photo without a wire, it's a little bit complicated over here. And there is by the big pet shop. It's also an animal hospital. So veterinarian. For those who don't know, I'm a veterinarian as a profession, so I'm always interested in how the veterinary clinics looks in different countries. But they have a pet hotel trimming, then there's a pet shop, cat cafe, okay? And then there's an animal hospital. Interesting. It would be actually nice to know if the veterinarians are mainly like this, that they are in a pet shop. This one was the first one which I have seen over here. We have here. Is it yeah, it's a car dealership, yeah. There's a lot of these. I think that there is not a place in Japan where you can't buy a car. And this company, this is not about animals. It's a delivery company. So like a DHL or UPS. If you have dirty children, then that's the place where you can take them and they wash them. This is why I try to stay on the countryside. It's endless waiting. There are so many cars everywhere. It feels safe. For some reason they don't use the left line at all if they don't have to. When they turn, then they use this one. I'm practically alone on this. Let's go up there back. It's marked for bikes and pedestrians. I think that I'm quite close to my hotel, 700 meters. Interesting looking neighborhood. New big buildings and then the old small ones together. It's not a Tokyo Tower, but it looks quite much the same. Smaller one only. I don't know the name of the tower, but it could be a Kitakyushu tower. Yeah, there is my hotel, art hotel. I have still 1 hour until I get to the hotel, so I'm hanging around in the neighborhood. I'm trying to find a place where I could buy something easy to eat. It's very common that there are these kind of shopping streets which are covered. Look at here, reindeer. This is funny. And there is a Marimekko over there. What we have here? I need to try one. Now I'm getting something. There is a red beans inside of that fish. It's not a real fish, but it's some kind of bread. 6 minutes, and I got a waiting number, and so it will take some time when I get to eat something, but it must be good because everybody are in a line. And yeah, they didn't try to serve me in English. That was nice. Let's taste it. It looks like a fish. Wow. It tastes like a pancake. There is a red bean inside, which is very sweet, but the cover is very quite how could I say that it's not sweet. It's just like a pancake where you forgot the sugar, but it doesn't matter because the red bean paste inside is very sweet. Extremely hot. I think that if you buy a few and carry them to the hotel, then they will be still hot when you arrive. I just noticed that the bikes are not allowed from 10 to 16 over here. I came to my room. It's a bit tiny one, but it's nice. Yeah, and a funny thing, I paid 2 euros extra to get my room, not from the street side, but to the Japanese garden. And yeah, there is a Japanese garden under me, but thank you for watching. If you like the video, please press the like button. If you don't follow, please follow. There will be several more episodes when I'm riding to the northern Japan from the south. On the next episode, I leave Kyushu and I go to the Honshu. See you.